Hello there, very good evening to you. Thanks for joining us here on Ideal World. This is where we team up with Planet Cruise. If you don't know the name, you're certainly going to know by the end of this hour. They are leaders when it comes to booking cruises. And throughout this hour, we're going to talk about 6 predominant cruises. Now, I worked on cruise ships for 18 years. You'll hear me talking about that, and I'll share lots of my own personal experiences. But the great thing about Planet Cruises, all of their people, all of their teams have been on ships. Now, you'll see there's a slightly different number at the bottom of the screen. It will be coming up shortly. You'll also see that they've got their own website, and you feel free to go on there and you find out all sorts of information. I would also say follow them on social media, on their YouTube channel. Now, I'm not your expert, even though I've been on ships myself. Glenn Wallace is with us tonight. Let me introduce Glenn. Good to see you.
Hello, Glenn. How are you?
Now, you worked on ships, so everyone at Planet Cruise has been on ships, correct?
Well, everyone's experienced ships. A lot of people have worked on. I did 10 years as a tours director on board. But
brilliant.
If you see the guys in the office now, a lot of them have worked there. If not, they've travelled on them, they've been on them and experienced them. So I think we've got a pretty good knowledge about what's going on.
I go further than pretty good knowledge. You guys, you're really.
There's a lot to learn. There's a lot of ships out, a lot of new brands
true.
coming out, a lot of new ships coming out with all their new promos as well. But we get briefed a lot, and if we don't know it, we can find out. Let's put it that way.
Now, I know there's a couple of cruises I particularly love tonight. There's one that's going to take us up to the Scandinavian area, absolutely gorgeous, the Baltics. And there's one to the Caribbean. I was lucky enough to do 6 years around the Caribbean. What give us a flavour of what we can expect throughout the show?
Well, we've got a couple of ones that are affordable for the families and first-time cruisers, which we always tend to do. And that's going out on Royal Caribbean and P&O, 2 of the biggest brands. Then we're moving up into places like Alaska with Celebrity.
Yeah,
then we're going down the Mekong on one of our river cruises as well. And then to take it to the next level, we've got Caribbean, as you've mentioned, on Viking Ocean, which is one of the new brands out there. But what I wanted to quickly do as well is just say hello to a lady called Melanie Enticott. She's asked us to give her a shout out tonight on the show.
Hello, Melanie.
It's her first cruise coming up next month. Hopefully you'll have a great cruise. That's from Richard and the rest of the team. Have a good one, Melanie and her husband.
Great. I hope you guys have a great cruise. Now, we're going to start with a very famous cruise line. And in fact, you worked on P&O, correct?
P&O, I did 10 years on P&O, Ocean Village, and through their whole brand. And I know you worked with Princess and Cunards. It's all under that Carnival umbrella. And we're going to talk about the Ventura today. And I was actually on Azura yesterday, their sister ship. I went on to do some filming on there. And I don't know what it is with P&O. When you go on board from Southampton, you just feel at home, you feel at ease. They're a British cruise line. They're geared to the British market. The ships are fantastic as well. And Ventura and Azura sister ship, so it's great. So we went on yesterday onto Azura, but very, very similar on Ventura as well. And again, it is plush. It's a British cruise line, so a lot of the entertainment, a lot of the staff on board are all geared towards the British way of life. You've got the retractable roof on there as well. Sailing out of Southampton's always good, just in case, you know, you get a bit of bad weather on there. But again, you've got really, really good. And then now, actually, on this one here, I don't know why they're showing it on here, but this is the MSC ship.
Oh,
on here, so
wrong
they
video.
seem to be showing the MSC ship for some reason on there.
Do you know what's interesting? That I did not have a clue unless I'd seen the funnel that had said something. Then I wouldn't have had a clue.
No, I'm just looking now thinking that's definitely not Ventura on there. But there you go.
Apologies. We'll see if we can get the right video for you.
The good thing is, because I went on Azura yesterday, I can actually talk about the ships themselves. Again, what they have with P&O is they've got great lobbies when you walk in. That's a great centrepiece, and then from there you can go and explore the ship. So on the top deck, they've got the great promenade area up there. You can go down into the theatre. They've got an 800-seater theatre. Wow. Now, the shows on board are geared towards the British market. They also have other venues there which are for the comedians and the tribute acts that come on. And again, I've got a 2-year-old daughter. I'm going to Britannia next week for a cruise. And
it's all right for some, isn't it?
Yeah, I know. Well, I try to get out and about and stuff like that. But I went into the kids' club to chat to the staff on there as well. So if you've got the kids, I said to them, can you just tell us a little bit about the kids' club on board?
Yeah.
Geared from 2 years to 17. They're free on board. They're really, really good for families, and they just cater for the whole market.
I think it's worth saying that for anyone watching that's thinking, oh, I like the idea of a cruise, but I don't know if I can afford it. Well, one, look at the price on the screen.
Yeah.
$595 for 7 nights. Family of 4. You're talking like £85 per person per night. It's crazy value for money. And that does include, because you might not be aware of this, all the cruises we're talking about will include all your meals. That's included. Your entertainment
on board as well. You'll have a cabin steward cleaning your room twice a day. So it's a fabulous place to go and see. Now, the other thing that's really, really important, this is the 4th of May, so this is one of the bank holidays. And now what we're finding, August at the moment is sold out, obviously, because it's that time of year. Christmas is already sold out for families, or more or less sold out for 3 and 4 berth cabins. So if a family is looking to go on board, every cabin can hold 2 people, but not every cabin can hold 3 and 4. So if you're looking at getting away for a break on a bank bank holiday, this is a really good time to book, but book early. Don't leave it to the last minute, because 3 and 4 berth cabins, you won't get them. So this is why we're getting you to book nice and quickly.
Yeah, and also we'll tell you as we go through the shows, but most of these cruises are deposit only, so don't feel like you've got to find the money today. Just a deposit only, so you can secure your booking.
Always 15% on this one to get it booked.
Great, there you go, 15% on this one. Let's take an opportunity to go through the itinerary, so you've got some idea where you'll be going. So nice, because it's Southampton, take all the luggage you like.
It's great. So what we also advise as well, we do it with a couple of our cruises this time. We've got the holiday in Winchester, so you can stay there the night before. Nice. I think it's about £95 per person to stay the night before, and that will include bed and breakfast in a 4-star hotel, breakfast in the morning, port transfers, and you can leave your car there as well. So that's a really good way. And it just adds an extra night to your holiday, so it's quite a good way of doing it. Now, we're going from Southampton first, and again, that's where you embark the ship. You can take in the facilities, walk around. It takes a couple of days to get to know these super vessels, and the first day is a day at sea. So relax, take it easy, and then go from there. Then we head down into Spain, and we're going to head down into Vigo in Spain. Now, nice destination. P&O use Vigo a lot in their destinations they go to. You can go off and explore. A lot of the times we used to go off in the port of Vigo, and from there we can just walk around. You've got great fish restaurants if you like your seafood, have a glass of wine, do a bit of people watching, but it's a nice introduction to your cruise. And then from there we go on to Lisbon. Now, we talk about Lisbon a lot on our destinations that we go to. One of the best sailings in Europe on this one, and people are quite surprised I always say that. They say, well, what's there to see? So on the sailing itself, you've got the April the 25th bridge, you've got the Christ the Redeemer statue, and make sure in the morning, have your breakfast and sit out on that back deck. It's spectacular. When you get into Lisbon itself, you've got the main square, you've got the famous yellow trams, you can just wander around the back streets, and they've also got the glass elevator, the tower there, which you can go in there, go up and down and take in the views of the city. You've got the Bellum Tower, which you'll see as you sail in and out of the city, and Lisbon is a really spectacular place to see, and I think a lot of people have been to the Algarve, but maybe not been to Lisbon, and this is where the ships do really excel. We then go into Leixos. Now, I docked Leixos a couple of years ago, wasn't really sure what I was going into, but this is the gateway into Porto. Now, the Douro River dissects Leixos there and Porto, and it's beautiful. And a lot of our river cruises go up the Douro, and they're some of the most popular river cruises we do. In the centre of Porto itself, very hilly, so make sure you've got good footwear on cobbled streets. But if you like the ports, that's where the port originates. You get to try a few glasses of that. Fantastic bridges that you'll sail under as well. And you've also got the river cruise. You can hop on one of those. So it's a nice port of call just to experience another part of Portugal. As you head back, you'll have a day at sea, just to chill out and relax. And as we head back to the UK, we stop at St Peter's Port in Guernsey. Now, the Channel Islands is phenomenal. That's where a lot of the rich and famous, that's where the money's stored over in the Channel Islands. You've got to have a few quid to live there. But St Peter Port's one of our tender ports, so you'll make your way across there, dock in St Peter Port, and you've got a few excursions to do. Now, the Channel Islands in this part of the world was one of the only parts of the UK that was occupied by the Germans in the war. So you've got the fortified defences. Really interesting to go and see is the German Underground Hospital. They do a trip there, which is quite eerie to go and see. But in the afternoon, just walk around St Peter Port, go to the restaurants and the bars, just plot up, do a bit of people watching, and it's a nice port of call. And then from there, back into Southampton, and that's the end of the cruise, and it's a nice intro into cruising, and the kids are going for £1.99 per person. It's not a bad price.
Brilliant value for money. And let's not forget, you know, you've got a couple of days at sea here, and again, if you're new to cruising, you might think, oh, a whole day at sea, what do I do? There is so much to do on a cruise ship. Embrace those days at sea. You can do as little as you want, or as much as you want.
It's really, really nice. And again, on Ventura, the same as Azura yesterday, loads of restaurants. You've got the Laguna Pool, which is a nice area. You've got the retreat there to relax if you haven't got the kids with you. But again, you've got various restaurants and bars just to chill out. And it's great for families, adults, kids. You've got the main dining restaurants. You've got the buffet, so you can dine when you want. It just feels at home. And even when I walked on the ship yesterday, I thought I could really sit in here for another couple of weeks.
Now, I noticed on the left-hand side of the screen it says with Atul Kachar. Is that the chef?
That's the chef, yeah, that's the Indian chef. So he has Sindhu restaurant on board. Now again, if you're going to book this particular cruise, you can then log on to your account in a couple of days' time, and if you want to dine at Sindhu, whenever the chefs go on board, they sell out very, very quickly. So if you want to reserve a table at his restaurant, we out there a couple of months ago on Oriana when we were on our cruise, and it's beautiful Italian cuisine, Indian cuisine, with a little bit of a twist on there as well. So make sure you get a table booked.
All available to you. Now, if you're wondering why should I buy it with Planet Cruise, let's go through some of the freebies and the upgrades that you can get if you go through Planet Cruise rather than alternative ways. First of all, you've got a free upgrade from your inside cabin. So you book the inside cabin, you'll automatically be upgraded to outside. Family of 4 from 1,000, come on, let's call it 1,600 quid. It's crazy value for money. Take full advantage of it. And as we said a little earlier, meals, snacks and entertainment are all inclusive.
Can I just say as well, that $199 price will not stay for kids. I'm taking my daughter
so
on
do
it
it now.
I'm taking my daughter on a 2-day cruise and it's costing me $199 for a 2-day cruise because I booked late and it's an anniversary.
And this is 7 nights.
If you want to book now, get that price. The kids' price will only go up. So if you're thinking of a family to do this, please get it booked as early as possible.
Let's mention the ID number. You'll see that going around the screen on the bottom left-hand side. It says deposit only right now. ID number on this is 124848. So a couple of things you can do. First of all, you could, if you've got to call the team, free to call. They're waiting for you right now. 0808 280 2662. Have a chat with them. If you give them that ID number, they'll know exactly what cruise, what deal you've been offered on television. Or of course, you can go to planetcruise.co.uk as well, and you can put that in, and you'll be able to find the cruise. So it's really handy to write down. If you're thinking I might do that one, write that down. Let's move on to our next one because we've got 6 cruises to get through. We're going to go to Royal Caribbean. If I hadn't got a job on TV, this is where I was going to be working.
Oh, really?
I actually secured the job to work for these guys, and then I decided to take the television.
They'd take anyone, wouldn't they?
Oh, what a dig! What a dig! But this is a 10-day cruise we're talking, yeah?
Yeah, a little bit longer this one. This is going out next year, so you've got plenty of time to save up for this one. Now, deposits on this is only $150 per person, which is normal, but a really great ship. Now, I don't want to sound so jet-setty, but I'm actually going on this ship on Friday to do some...
You are sounding very jet-setty.
But they all go from Southampton. We don't go anywhere. I'll get on for the day and get off.
And you live near Southampton,
Yeah,
right?
we're down in Portsmouth, so I'm going to go on Navigator. Now, Royal Caribbean, I think, is second to none for families.
Yeah.
Again, you've got the rock climbing walls, you've got the sports areas, you've also got ice skating on there, so you can do a bit of ice skating. And you can see on the way the ships are designed, they are very glamorous. Great service, superb cuisine. Now, they have the main restaurants on there, but they've also got the speciality dining. I would definitely recommend Chops Grill, one of the best steaks you'll have at sea. You've got the Johnny Rockets, the burgers, and of course, and they're always nice to have. For kids, we've mentioned before, great activities for the kids from all ages, from 2 all the way up to 17, and you've got the kids club there. Now, they've got the Royal Promenade. If you've never seen this before, it's like walking around a shopping centre. It's magnificent, and then from there, that will take you into the theatre for your entertainment. So they've got entertainment in the theatre, they've got dancing spectacles on ice, they have something for everyone on there, and I do still say that Royal Caribbean are hard to beat, and if you want to try a little bit of surfing, you can even go for that. Virtual bank holidays have been introduced now.
Clever.
On Royal Caribbean. So they have something for everyone, and even if this is not the cruise for you, you've got the 2 ships going out of Southampton all of next year. If not, try one of the further destinations over to the Caribbean, to the Far East. But Royal Caribbean are phenomenal. Their ships are getting bigger and bigger, and they are cutting edge. They are the ones that are taking cruising into the next generation.
Yeah. Well, I think you saw a lot of it in those features. You know, in that video clip, you saw somebody surfing in the pool. You see you can climb up the back of the chimney, the stack, the funnel. It is amazing what they do. You sometimes find they've got ice rinks on board. There's all sorts.
And what they are now, before it used to be a ship used to take you from one destination to another. Now they are destinations unto themselves.
Yeah.
So, you know, sometimes you never wanted a sea day because you want to be in the ports. Now you're very happy to stay on the ships and just experience what they have there.
And you've got a couple of days at sea on this. Or in fact, we'll do the itinerary now, but those couple of days at sea, you've got so much to do. If you want to, you can take it as easy as you want. Now, this is another great itinerary, Southampton to Southampton.
Southampton to Southampton, this one. So again, you can use the hotel the night before. This is even better value because you've got 10 nights included with your parking on there. But again, they are also included on this one. If you don't want to do that, the offer we've got tonight is free white and free port parking anyway. So you've got that included in the price, which is really good.
Parking's around £97.
It is. So that's worth it anyway. So you get on in Southampton, you've got 2 days at sea, and this is a Canaries cruise. Now, October can be a funny time of year, and the weather might not be brilliant leaving Southampton, but what's great with this, as you head down to the Canaries, the sun, it's going to get warmer and warmer. Now, we go into one of my favourite destinations, into the Caribbean European island of Madeira. I always say it's a cross between the two.
Yeah. It's very green, isn't it?
It is. It just reminds me of Europe and the Caribbean. That's what it is. It's the home of Ronaldo, the footballer was born there, and they've just done that horrible statue of him at the airport, which depicts anything else like him. Now, again, when you go into Madeira, you can do a number of things. I would definitely do the cable car to the top, and then maybe take the toboggan ride down. You can also then head over to Reed's for afternoon tea. Beautiful views there, and there's some great restaurants. Madeira is one of my favourite destinations. We always used to use it as a stopover between Europe and the Caribbean. You'll go in there on this particular port of call.
If you ever get to go in at Christmas, it's
a great port of call.
Yeah.
Then we go down into Tenerife. You're going to the north of Tenerife, to Puerto de la Cruz and that area there. And my actual mother and father-in-law, they go there at least once a year now. They love this part of the world. But if you don't fancy just staying around the main Lido area, you can take some of the tours, go to Mount Teide, which is the fire island, right into the volcanic area. But the views in Tenerife are fantastic. And I think a lot of the Brits head down south. They go Los Cristianos and Playa de las Americas. You're docking in the north and see how beautiful Tenerife is. We then stick with the Canary Islands. We go into Gran Canaria. I lived there for a year myself. You've got the two areas of Puerto del Ingles and also Puerto Rico. And in the middle, you've got the sand dunes of Maspalomas. Maybe even take the camels out for a ride there if you want to. But great beaches, beautiful waters, but you know the weather there is going to be good. We carry on with the Canaries. We're in Lanzarote. We dock in Arrecife. Again, famous for its windsurfing, kite surfing, a little bit more windy there. Nice beaches, again, sand dunes. Beautiful areas to go and explore. All three of these destinations, I think if you've not been there before, get out and do maybe one of the tours on there. It's great to go and see as much as you can. When we used to be in Arrecife, we just walk around, plot up in a nice restaurant, still reasonably priced out there, couple of drinks and watch the world go by. Then a day at sea as we leave the Canaries and we head back up into Vigo. We've already talked about Vigo, one of the other destinations they stop on the way back up. Day at sea, and then of course back into Southampton where you'll disembark the vessel and on your way home.
Now, I did say a little earlier, there's lots of reasons why you want to get a cruise from Planet Cruise. And that's because there are so many freebies, so many upgrades included, and we'll go through all of those for you in a moment. We're going to take a moment to show you just how gorgeous the ship is.
And as I said, it caters for all ages, whether you're going on with just your partner. There's good restaurants to just sit back and relax, great shows. If you're taking the kids on board, you won't see them for the whole duration. They'll be in the kids club, they'll be doing activities, plenty of things to do in the evening, plenty of things to do during the day. Now this is quite a nice one because you've got 4 sea days and then 5 ports of call, so it's quite a nice mix of having that bit of relaxation with the family and then getting out of the ports of call and seeing as much as you possibly can.
Yeah, because if you've ever had that experience where you've been on holiday and then you get home and you say, I need an holiday to get over my holiday. Have you ever said that? Well, this is a really good way to balance that out. And again, although there's loads of activities to do on the ship, you don't have to do anything. You do as much or as little as you want. Let's go through some of the reasons why you should buy your cruise through Planet Cruise. Again, the phone number's at the bottom of the screen. The team are waiting for your call right now, or you can go to their website or YouTube channel. Really great to see the ships and see some of those ports of call. But free Wi-Fi package included, free port parking, that could be £97 just on its own. $75 of onboard credit given to you for your balcony and above. Family of 4 can go from as little as $2,500. That's £85 per person per night. But if you go for that family of 4 in one cabin, it goes down to as little as £64 per person tonight. Think of the type of hotel you get in the UK, and you wouldn't get your food included, you wouldn't get your parking. It's just unbelievable value for money, and I'll personally recommend this cruise line to you. They are phenomenal. Meals, snacks and entertainment all included. Now, another very famous cruise line, NCL. For a long time they had the largest ship in the world.
Yeah. Well, NCL have really come to the forefront. I think you've got two types of cruise passengers. The people that still like the tradition. So we sell a lot of things like Cunard, Holland America, which are a little bit more traditional. Then you've got maybe, I think, sort of the younger families and people like that maybe don't want the formality on these ships. And that's where ships like Royal Caribbean and NCL are really taking it to the next level. Now, what I like about NCL, they're bringing out new ships all the time. They are very cutting edge, but they're informal dining, so you haven't got to dress up at night. There's no dress codes on there.
No tuxedos, dinner jackets.
Now, I think back in April, they actually brought in what's called premium all-inclusive. Yeah. So what that basically means now is you get your drinks package included. Now, if you bought this before, just separately, it was $94 a day.
Wow.
$94. That's now included, and they're also including premium tips. They're also including your tips on there as well.
So that $94 a day now included? So
included in the price.
You just got that as a freebie?
Yeah, so all your drinks are included, your beers, your wines, your spirits, all that's included. And your tips, because Norwegian used to charge for tips. They're now included in that as well. So really, in theory, you don't have to spend any money when you get on board.
That is
and again, as I said, they've got plenty of dining options on there. So your food's included, but if you want to go to some of the speciality restaurants, you can. But it's nice for every night, just put on a nice pair of trousers and a shirt, smart jeans and a shirt. Off you go for the night, and you don't have to dress up. And that's why these ships do so well.
Now, some of you may look at the ship itself and think, wow, that looks crazy. They're just getting you in the party mood, if that's what you want to do. Let's take a look around it so we really really understand what a great ship it is. Come on, that's gorgeous.
So they have loads of different dining opportunities on Norwegian. They always do on their ships. Their theatres are brilliant, and again, they have very, very modern, cutting-edge shows on there, so not your traditional ballroom all the time. They have very, very different shows. Now again, with their dining options, they have the Wasabi restaurant, you've got Ocean Blue, you've got a number of different ones there to try. As I said, these all come with a small supplement. Cagney Steakhouse is very good. I do like my steaks. Chops Grill's good on Royal, this is good on Norwegian, and they'll come with a supplement. But as I said, if you don't want to do that, just spend all your time in the main restaurant. Now, as I said, your drinks are included on there, so you can go to the bar, you can order a drink, come back, and you go and order another one, and that's a big expense that you normally have on the ships. You won't have on this particular time.
Brilliant.
Now again, your cabins vary from inside, you can have an outside. Now what we're actually doing on here, you've got a free upgrade on this one from an ocean view to a balcony. So if you want to treat yourself and sometimes you think, that ocean view's a bit out of our price, don't panic, we've got it covered here. If you book today, we're going to upgrade you to the balcony on there.
Now, I've got a little note here saying that the availability on this one is limited. So if this is something you think, oh, I might like this one, call them as soon as you can. Again, the number's right there at the bottom of the screen. The teams are waiting for your call. So let's take an opportunity to see where we're going.
This is a little bit different. We do a lot of Baltics cruising. When I started cruising, I thought, who'd want to go out to Russia and places like that? The Baltics is now one of the most popular destinations. I think people have done the Med now and they're heading over to the Baltics. Normally you go from Southampton, so they're normally 12 to 14-day cruises. People maybe can't always fit that in with their schedule. This is a 9-day one, so you're going to fly straight into Copenhagen. Your flights are included on this one. Your transfers are going there, but you're going straight into the heart of the Baltics to start with, so it saves you a few days. Now, Copenhagen, again, when you arrive, you might have the opportunity in the afternoon to have a walk around Copenhagen. The Little Mermaid is literally just about 500 yards down from where the ship docks, taking some few views. You might even get over to Tivoli Gardens, but that is your introduction into the Baltics. Then we go into Germany. Now, Warnemünde is a great destination into itself. So from there, it's a beach resort, great bars. If you like your German sausage and your German beers, great prices there as well. You can spend some time in Warnemünde. Other destinations to go to are Rostock, Lübeck, but the one destination I would recommend is Berlin. Now, this is about 3 hours away, so it's a full-day tour if you want to do Berlin. But again, when you're there, you can do Brandenburg Gate, the Great Wall. The Wall, not the Great Wall, it's a bit far to go. But again, plenty of destinations to see. Also, Checkpoint Charlie, really, really interesting there to see where the Berlin Wall was. But again, if you don't want to do that, just spend your day in Warnemünde, just chilling out, relaxing. It's a really, really nice destination. We then have a day at sea just to experience the ship. Maybe you'll book a dinner that night at one of the restaurants, and then from there we go on to Tallinn. Now, Tallinn is your destination before St. Petersburg. I always feel a little bit sorry for Tallinn because people want to relax a little bit before getting to the hub of St. Petersburg itself. If it was me in Tallinn, I would take the shuttle buses into town there, go into the old city, walk around the cobbled streets. You've got the large square area there, beautiful turreted buildings, and just all the locals dress up in traditional costume. And again, restaurants and bars are quite cheap there, and it's just a nice destination to walk around and just soak up the atmosphere of Estonia. Many people won't have been there before, so you have the opportunity to do that for you. Then we go into probably the highlight of everyone's port of call, St. Petersburg, and you've got an overnight, which is quite common on these Baltics cruises.
So you use the ship like as a hotel, you go on and
Exactly, you
off
don't have
as
to
much
get
as you
off,
want.
you just go off. So it will dock early in the morning on day one, and then you'll have the overnight, and then dock leave in the afternoon on day two.
Brilliant.
Now, when you're in St. Petersburg, a few things you need to be aware of. You do not need to get a pre-arranged visa for Russia unless you are going to go off and do your own thing, but I wouldn't advise it. It's very difficult to get a visa for Russia. The ship will provide the visa, but you have to be on an excursion to get on and off the ship, okay? They'll show you how you fill in the visa, you'll need a tour ticket. Now, whether you do a tour through the ship, they will organise tours, or also our concierge team will organise tours as well. That counts as being on tour.
So we could tell the team tonight, we want to do a tour in...
Yeah, so what they'll do is they'll book the cruise tonight, and then they'll speak to Margot and the girls tomorrow, and they can run through the tours and get a comparison between the ship and our concierge team. But with that, the things to see are the Peterhof Palace, that's it in front of you there. You've got the Catherine's Palace, the Hermitage, the Church of the Spilled Blood. You can go to the ballet or the folkloric show in the evening. In St. Petersburg, people will normally do 2 or 3 tours over the 2-day period. Whatever money you've got to spend on tours, spend it in Russia, and whatever you've got left, then you can spend it on other tours. But that is going to be your highlight of a Baltics cruise. So once you've done St. Petersburg, it'll be a long 2 days, I can promise you that. You then go into the beautiful part of Helsinki. You've got the fish market there, you've got the rock church. lovely sailings in here and Nyasham, so two really nice sailings. You've got the Lutheran Cathedral, which you'll see there on the mount. Just wander around Helsinki, because you've had 2 busy days in Russia, maybe chill out in Helsinki.
Right.
And then from there we go to a place called Nyasham. Now Nyasham people probably haven't heard of.
I don't know it.
This is the alternative destination to Stockholm. Okay, so you're about 58 kilometres from Stockholm, but they will organise excursions. So we used to do what's called Stockholm on your own. That will take you in and give you 4 hours in Stockholm as a tour. You can add this in with the Vasa Museum, you can go to the ABBA Museum. But again, Nyasham, I don't think there's much in Nyasham itself. If you're going to do it, take the buses in to Stockholm and do that. But beautiful cruise. And then from there, a relaxing day just to chill out and relax before getting back into Copenhagen and flying home.
Now the great news is this one is not far away, 28th of September, so we're just talking a few weeks away now. But of course, if you are thinking, well, it's a bit too quick, I can't do it, then think about Baltic next summer or Norwegian Getaway next summer. Call the team and they can sort that all out for you. Now, as we said, the premium all-inclusive drinks package is now included, and that will also include all your service charges and your gratuities. So that is an immense saving. I'm talking an immense saving. When you bear in mind this is a 9-day cruise, and that was $94 a day. That's almost like getting a free cruise, really, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
That is incredible value for money. Your flights are all included as well. You've got the 2 nights you can add on at the 4-star Copenhagen Hotel as well. Do not miss out on it. There you go, see at the bottom. If you can't go this September, then talk to the team. They've got the Baltics for 2018. They've got the Norwegian Getaways as well. So let's just talk about what's included in that premium drinks package, so you know exactly what you get for your money. So a wide choice of drinks, left, right and centre. It can include cocktails, it can include your soft drinks, and it will include your service charge and all your tips as well, which is just brilliant.
It is, basically it's all included on there for you.
Your ID number on this particular one is 112451. 112451. Now, I believe we've got a couple of last-minute deals that we can share with you.
Yeah, we've started doing some late deals there. Just ones that the companies give us, so we've got a couple to show the people.
Should I do? I'll do the first one. I'll do the one that's on your left-hand side. 7 nights in France and Spain. That's out of Southampton with Royal Caribbean. It's on the Independence of the Seas, one of my favourite ships. Departs on the 14th of October this year. So again, just a matter of weeks away. So if you're thinking, come on, let's do something, let's get crazy, let's go. Your ID number is 113897. Feel free to call the team and ask them all about that. Includes free Wi-Fi once again, and that free port parking, which is around £97 worth of goodies for free right there. And that's Southampton, Gijon, Bilbao, Cherbourg, Paris. You actually go to Le Havre and that'll get you into Paris, and then you've got the opportunity to come straight back to Southampton to take all the luggage you want.
Now again, the next late deal, I think everyone's fed up with the weather. August has been a complete washout at the moment, so we've got one. The ships are going back over to the Caribbean from Southampton, so we've got Azura, the ship I was on yesterday, that's doing a 15-night Madeira and Caribbean cruise from Southampton.
Yeah. This
is on the 20th of October. ID number is 117501. Now this will take you from Southampton, you'll have a few days at sea, then to Funchal we talked about, and then you're 5 days across the pond to St Martin, Dominica, St Lucia, Grenada, Barbados, and then you'll fly back home. The price for that is £929, and people say, well, can you tell us what the extra price is for the flights? Price is included with the flights.
That is amazing.
I've
been to all those ports, so I absolutely love them.
They're great, they're great. And what's nice is you go out of Southampton, it gets warmer and warmer and warmer. Everyone comes out on the decks and it's really, really nice. Yeah, it's a great way to relax, enjoy every second of it. Now, we're going to move on to our next cruise. I know if you think, wow, there's so much to share, there is so much to share. Again, you can catch up by going to planetcruise.co.uk, call the team. If you've got any questions, or if you're thinking, oh, I wish they'd fly from here, or I wish they'd fly out from there, call the team. They are experts waiting on the phone to chat with you right now, so please don't miss out on any of these deals. And if you have only just joined us, at the end of the show, but about half an hour away right now, we'll try and catch up and just do a recap on everything. So if you have missed out, then we will try and do a recap. Now, we've got 3 more cruises to share with you. Let's get on to our next one. This next one is 10 nights. It's one of my favourite all-time cruises. I was lucky enough to do 2 seasons in Alaska.
Around Alaska. 2 seasons. I love it. I recommend it to anyone.
It is phenomenal, and I think it's becoming a lot of people's bucket list. And the good thing about it as well, it's now becoming affordable. It was very expensive. It's now becoming affordable. Obviously, you can see the prices on there. Now, we're the top agent for Celebrity. Most people that book Celebrity with us tend to go back time time and time again.
It's my sister worked on cruise ships as well. She was a dancer on the ships.
Yeah.
And now obviously she's retired from the ships now, and she's got a job, and it's her favourite cruise line to go on.
Yeah, and as I say, the amount of repeat clients we get is very, very high with Celebrity because of the level of service and the general standard on Celebrity. But again, this one's going out the 9th of May, which is a great time of year to go because the weather's starting to get nice and warm. And again, with this one, what we're going to do, first of all, we're going to fly you out to Vancouver, and this is going to give you a 2-night stay in Vancouver.
It's a lovely city,
now, again, in Vancouver, we're giving you a 2-night stay. I would personally say alter that and do 3 nights. Right. You know, we can move the flight.
Just tell the team, can we make that 3 nights?
Yeah, just do an extra night. Obviously, you just pay for an extra night's accommodation there. That can be added onto the price. But I think if you go in that part of the world, they do say you need at least 3 days over there. You've got the beautiful highway. You've got Stanley Park, which is very, very popular there. We've got the Capilano Suspension Bridge, which is definitely worth a visit across the suspension bridge if you like a little bit of heights. And again, they've got the aquarium. They've got plenty of things to see there. They do say it's one of the great cities, and I would say at least do 3 days in Vancouver. It's quite nice to relax and chill out before you actually get to the ship, and then from there we're going to join the Solstice.
Yeah, it's wonderful, wonderful cruise. Now come on, let's have a look at the ship itself. Talk us through what we
as I said, Solstice is a magnificent ship, 5-star. We class it as 5-star. I mean, we can talk about the ship, but if you just look at the VT we're showing on there, I think they do cater for children. 100% cater for children. I just think Royal Caribbean and Celebrity are on the same brand. I think Royal Caribbean is more geared towards the children.
Yeah,
I think Celebrity is more for the couples.
I agree.
And I just think they're great destinations to go to. The ships are phenomenal as well. And again, on board the ships, they have loads of stuff to do. So you can just chill out, relax on there. The food on there is magnificent. Again, like most cruise lines, but these are second to none. Again, you've got the normal restaurant on there. They'll have the select dining, so you can go when you want. Or you can go to some of the speciality restaurants, which are beautiful. Now, again, with this one, if you do upgrade, you can actually go from there to the drinks package. That's worthwhile. But they are the only ships that have got a grass lawn out on their some of their ships.
Real grass?
Again, yeah, real grass.
Wow.
Yeah, and you've got the Canyon Ranch, which is a beautiful spa area. They've just invested millions into their shows. Their shows have now become even better than they were before. And I would say, if you haven't tried Celebrity before, please give it a go. They're one of my favourites to sell, and I do think they're one of the best.
Yeah, so if you like the nicer things in life, this is really a cruise line worth considering. So let's take a moment right now to go through the itinerary so we can see what Alaska's all about.
So again, we've done Vancouver, we've boarded the ship, and then from there, we're going to start doing our cruise along Tracy Arms up to Seattle on this one. And it's quite a nice one because we're heading all the way up and we're not coming back on ourselves. So we go to Ketchikan first of all. Now, this is the national park here. This is where famous for places like the Tongass National Park. You've also got the Totem Heritage Centre, so stepping a little bit back into the Native Americans, and again where everything's on stilts. You've got the salmon fishing, seafood's exceptional there, and this is a nice chance to do this. We then go into the Tracy Arm, Fjord and Juneau. Now, Juneau's where we're going to head into the actual Alaska. This is where you're going to be on the deck most of the day and taking in the magnificent Sawyer Glacier and also the Maidenhaul Glacier. It looks like Blamont when the sunlight shines on it, it becomes blue. It's glistening.
Yeah, that blue is incredible, isn't it?
Phenomenal.
We flew up there. I'm not showing off, but bear in mind I worked on cruise ships.
Yeah.
But we flew up there in a helicopter. They drop you off, and you can then abseil all the way down.
It's phenomenal. And again, keep your eyes out for the marine and wildlife. You've got the whale watching is from about middle of May onwards, so that should be a good time to go and see the whales. But again, nice opportunity there. We then head down into Skagway. Now, Skagway, where you can do the White Pass Railway, and this is one that I'd really recommend. Built in 1898 during the gold rush. You've got the narrow gauge railroad there, and it is one of the one railroad trips to see in the world. There are a few of them around this part of the world. Skagway is definitely one to do that, and I would thoroughly recommend that one for you. As we carry on, we go into Victoria in British Columbia. And again, with this one, you have the opportunity there to go to the Butchart Gardens. As you're sailing along into Victoria, you've got the Inside Passage, first of all. And again, stunning views. If you've done the fjords in Norway, gives you sort of an idea, but as you're heading into this part of the world, it is stunning, absolutely beautiful.
It really, this should be on everyone's bucket list. It's so amazing.
And as I said, when you're in Victoria itself, you've got the Butchart Gardens, you've got the Parliament Building, you've got the Fiskard Lifehouse, and also the National Historic Site. Loads and loads of things to see here, and also maybe pop into Chinatown. That's quite popular if you've got a chance to go for a couple of drinks later on in the evening. And then from there, back into Seattle, and that's obviously where we're going to be finishing. You've got the Space Needle, you've got the aquarium, and what we can also do with this, again, tailor make it for you. Another recommendation, you want to make it slightly longer, maybe give yourself a couple of days in Seattle at the end.
My sister lives in Seattle. I've been there, I don't know how many times, 20, 30, 40 times perhaps. It's really worthwhile. If you can stay a few days there, Seattle.
So what I would say is at least do 3 days in Vancouver at the start and 2 days in Seattle at the end, and our guys can tailor make that for you.
It'll be a perfect trip, absolutely perfect. Enjoy it. Come on, let's go through some of the reasons why you should buy it through Planet Cruise. First of all, you're going to get a free upgrade from the ocean view to the balcony, free unlimited drinks on ocean view and above, and a 2-night hotel stay in Vancouver. That's what we're saying. Make that 3. Just chat to the team. Then you can, if you wish, add on the Rocky Mountain train. Really worthwhile considering. Just call the team if you'd like to get full details on that. That is deposit only. ID number. Write this one down. Write this one down. 155839. And we've also got.
Now, the Aqua is something
Aqua
that,
class,
you know,
yeah.
you do pay more money for Aqua Class, and people say, why should I pay Aqua? If it was me, I would either go balcony or Aqua, okay? You've got concierge in the middle, but with Aqua, you get exclusive use of the Blue Speciality restaurant. Yeah. When Sean's here, that's all he talks about. It's the restaurant that you always go to. You've also got the Persian Gardens, and you just get a few extras as well. So if you can go for there, if you can do the Aqua, it is a little bit more money, but that Blue restaurant is definitely worth its money.
And let me go through the drinks package for you, so you know exactly what you get. On the classic drinks package, you get all your teas and coffees and bottled water, etc. included. Selection of beers, spirits, wines, cocktails, wide selection of alcoholic beverages in the restaurants and the bars, and you can enjoy a 15% discount on all the wines by the bottle that you purchase on board as well. So it's really, really great. Let's move on to our next one, because we've still got 2 more to squeeze in for you. We're moving on to Viking cruises, and this is 10 nights around the Caribbean.
Now, this is a little bit different, because Viking, if you watch the TV and the adverts, everything's Viking River Cruises, and they're the biggest river cruise company in the world.
Right.
Now, they don't do anything by halves. They don't just release one ship every year. They've just gone boom straight into the ocean.
Is this 6-star as well?
This is 6-star. This is ocean. Now, this will be more expensive than a normal Caribbean cruise, but with Viking, you are paying for quality, modern ships, something a little bit special, this one, and some great ports of call.
So, again, if you like the nicer things in life, this could be the one for you. Sit back and watch this.
If you're after an elegant, serene ship ambience, more time in each port, and an inclusive experience complete with exquisite dining and thoughtfully curated shore excursions, then Viking's venture into ocean cruising may be perfect for you. With a small fleet of intimate ships, all holding 930 guests, you can expect an understated elegance that will truly immerse you in the destinations you visit. On board Viking, you can expect the highest level of luxury and elegance when it comes to your staterooms. With all veranda cabins on board, you will always be able to sit back and enjoy the scenery as you cruise around the world. So whether you go for the veranda stateroom with a huge 270 square feet of space, or up to the Explorers Suite offering priority shore excursion and spa treatment reservations, a welcome bottle of champagne, premium in-suite binoculars, a coffee maker and cashmere blankets, you're sure to be living the luxury lifestyle. With a host of exquisite dining options on board all Viking Ocean ships, you can be sure that your taste buds will travel just as much as you. Whether you're after the authentic, fresh heartiness of Manfredi's Italian restaurant, or maybe something a bit more intimate with the chef's table, where expert sommeliers and culinary masters create the perfect pairing of food and wine. Then you have the delights of Mamson's offering up Norwegian specialities for breakfast, lunch, afternoon and evening snacks. And not forgetting the Winter Garden offering up late afternoon tea in a true English hallmark fashion. Now, no cruise is complete without its fulfilment of onboard entertainment. And with Viking, you'll be blown away with the high standards set. With an incredible lecture programme designed to give you a real immersion from leading experts, you can really expect to be given a huge insight into the places you visit. Viking has also partnered with the innovative TED Talks to bring you powerful talks on art, history, science and technology. With a theatre showcasing a variety of intimate shows, when it comes to evenings you definitely won't be bored. Offering up Viking exclusive musicals, operatic fantasy or the music of ABBA, the Rat Pack and the Beatles.
I'm sitting here thinking, I want to do this one.
That's Jade. She works in our office, and she got offered that trip back in May.
She got to do the whole trip?
Yeah, she did 5
Brilliant.
days on there, so she absolutely loved it. And as I said, you know, there are plenty of Caribbean cruises out there. They're all vary in price, but I think if you want elegance, you want modern luxury, Viking is becoming very, very difficult to beat. And, you know, you pay for what you get. That's basically what you're going to get with this product.
And it's a nice small ship, under 1,000 passengers, right?
Yeah, 930. You know, you go into the Caribbean ports, you've got 6,000 people getting off. You've got 930 on there. It's just a little bit different.
Well, I've got to tell you, I was lucky enough to go out of San Juan, again, working on ships, out of Puerto Rico, San Juan, Puerto Rico for 2 years.
But it's becoming so popular now because it is a little bit more quirky. It's colonial. It's just giving that little bit of different vibe than it is some of the other Caribbean islands. Yeah. And they're flying in now. It's very, very popular.
Come on, let's take a moment to go through the itinerary so you can really see what it's all about.
So this one's going to fly you into San Juan, and then you're going to have actually an overnight on board. So it's great because you're going to dock there, you're going to experience the ship, and then the next day you can go off, or you can go off in the evening, whatever you want to do.
So again, the ship is your hotel.
Ship is the hotel. The gangway will be down all night long, so you can go to the beaches. But I would say go into the town, wander around the old colonial cities, the buildings there. They are stunning because you're going to have a lot of beaches later on in the cruise. So this is a chance to have a little bit more culture on there, and it is a little bit more Latin America with the Caribbean, and I just think it's a bit of a different vibe.
Some nice casinos as well.
Well, yeah, you can have a go at that as well. That's another way to do. Now, again, from there, we're going to be sailing on the Viking Sea. Now, again, there's 3 of these ships at the moment. There's the Star and the Sky, as well as the Sea, and they are beautiful vessels. It's a nice way to arrive into Tortola. Now, Tortola is in the British Virgin Islands. Plenty of things to see here. I would definitely recommend a trip over to Virgin Gorda, which is spectacular. Even take one of the open-sided vehicles over to Cane Garden Bay, which are magnificent, or do some snorkelling. You've got the Treasure Point snorkelling. That's where a lot of the pirates' treasures sunken, so you might be able to save yourself a couple of quid if you find some of the gold over there. But
not that far from Richard Branson's island, is it?
It's not too far at all. Then we go down into Antigua, one of my favourite destinations. Holiday there a couple of times myself. 365 beaches, one for every day of the year, and again, big British influence on this. Great beaches, great swimming. Also, you've got St John's, and you've got the dockyard there. So again, big British naval influence on there. If you want to go beaches, you can do that. And as I said, they also do one of the catamarans that does a circumnavigate around the island. That's one I'd recommend. But even in the port, it's bustling, loads of bars and restaurants, and with all the ships in, it will really create a great atmosphere.
And on this cruise, a lot of the tours are included, aren't they?
A lot of the tours are included on that one, which is always really, really good. Now again, we head down into St Lucia. You've got the pitons, the famous pitons of St Lucia. Trips over to Sofri, which is the volcanic area there. Again, boat trips out on this. So plenty of things to see. And I just think, you know, Antigua, St Lucia, Barbados, they're 3 of the big highlight Caribbean islands. So if you've not done the Caribbean before, you will love these. Then we go into Barbados, famous for the rich and famous holiday in there. You see them in all the magazines every single year. Over to Bathsheba on the Atlantic coastline. You can go to Harrison's Cave. Down to the boatyard, that's where you find a lot of the crew relaxing and chilling out off the ship. But Barbados is one of my favourite destinations, and as I said, of holiday there, I've also been there many times on the ships, and it is a great place to see. Then we head over into Guadeloupe. Now, this is one of the French islands, slightly different, a little bit more basic than some of the more commercial Antigua, Barbados. Spectacular as well. Over to the Cabaret Falls, you've got Grand Anse Beach. Go up into the rainforest there and experience some of that. Plenty to see in Guadeloupe, and this is one of the places I would definitely maybe recommend taking one of the tours if you can. St Kitts is famous for its railway that goes around the island. You can take a catamaran over to Nevis, or you've got Royal St Kitts Golf Course. That's where I always go and play a round of golf. You've got plenty of things to do, and I really, really like St Kitts. St Martin's split between the French and the Dutch side. We dock in the Dutch side. You can make your way over to the French. Very, very busy with the ships. A lot of traffic on there as well. But again, you'll do island tours, catamarans, beaches. You'll see the general vibe, how it is in the Caribbean. And then from there, we go into St Thomas. Good for snorkelling, good for swimming, good for taking one of the catamaran trips out.
Magens Bay, one of the top 10 in the
one
world,
of the top 10 in the world. But again, a fantastic place to just chill out, relax, and enjoy your last day in the Caribbean before back into San Juan, and that's where you'll disembark and fly home.
Yeah, it's so hard to squeeze in these cruises in such a short amount of time. Because
but you're in a port every day. You've got plenty of stuff to see there. And again, these are just the general pictures from the ship. You saw the VT on there. It is a modern, brand new ship. I think it's only been out about a year or 2 years.
Wow.
And again, as I said, they are cutting edge, stunning destinations, and it's not a bad way to travel around the Caribbean.
Let's take an opportunity to show you why you should go through Planet Cruise. It's an exclusive deal. We're going to give you a free Kindle a free Kindle, if you're not sure what that is, like an e-book reader, and a free Silver Spirits drink package, all included in that price. Then you got 9 guided tours, plus the overnight in San Juan included. And again, you'll treat the ship like it's a hotel. Your hotel basically pulls up against the side and you go on and off whenever you want to. And then you've got your return flights included as well. It's brilliant value for money. Now, it's deposit only. There's plenty of dates to choose from. You can see we've got 2018 and 2019.
All of those dates as well are prime Caribbean dates. Anything from November through to the end of March. Prime Caribbean, great weather over there. Always get a little bit of liquid sunshine, a little bit of rain just to get you going, but it will generally be most of the day sunny, hot, humid. But again, imagine going out in some of these Caribbean islands and coming back to a stunning 6-star hotel waiting for you to take you to your next island.
And I've got to note that some of the 2018 dates, the November 2018, is limited availability. So, you know, people are booking ahead. So really do think about this. Call the team. ID number 152691 is your item number. Then we're moving on to something very different. This is what,
AmaDara, yeah. So the AmaDara, AmaWaterways is one of our river cruise companies that we work with. Now again, most of our river cruises are, you'll see all of our prices through Europe and around the world. They are more expensive than ocean cruises because they're such small ships that take you out. Now this is the largest vessel that travels along the Mekong, and we're taking you out to Vietnam. Right. Now a lot of our cruises that go out to Vietnam, you know, you turn up with 2,000 or 3,000, 4,000 people, you go off to Vietnam, you see the main sites and come back. Here, what we're doing is taking you along the Mekong, and you're really going to get to experience Vietnam and go across the border as well into Cambodia on this, and you go into smaller destinations, some of the places you've probably never even heard of. So the nice thing as well, we're going to have a look at, first of all, Ho Chi Minh, and then we'll have a look at the vessel to see the actual level of standards that you're going to get when you're on board.
Talk us through Ho Chi Minh right now then.
So when we fly into Ho Chi Minh, now again with this one, we're also going to have, based on London, but there's also going into other UK airports with no supplement. So Manchester, Birmingham, they can fly you in there with no supplement, which is great. Now when you're in Ho Chi Minh, there's quite a lot of stuff to do in there. One thing I'd recommend is probably something like the Cu Chi tunnels to go and see their recent history. You've got Independence Palace, you've got the War Remnants Museum, plenty of things to see here, but you've got 2 days to experience this fascinating destination. And what you will find is it's still so cheap to eat and drink out in Vietnam as well. So again, at night time, go out and experience the delights, and then the city comes alive at night time. So you've got 2 nights there before you actually start your cruise on your river cruise.
Then we join the ship, and of course, well, let's find out a little more about the ship itself. It looks gorgeous.
Yeah, it is. I mean, people think, oh, what's it going to be like travelling on the Mekong? What's the vessel going to be like? Well, you'll see some of the images and some of the stuff we have on there. This is 5-star luxury travelling on the Mekong. As I said, it's the biggest vessel that travels along for cruise ship, river cruise clients to go on. But again, this will immerse you into the charms of the Mekong. This is what the cruise is called. So some of the destinations, they take you to small villages. Then you've got Phnom Penh overnight, so you've got a chance to go out there to a place like the Killing Fields. But it's a bit of history, a bit of culture, a bit of modern history as well, which is really, really interesting. And again, you've got the staff there to take you around to experience all this. And if this is on your bucket list to go and see, within the prices they're charging at the moment, this is one of the best deals that you're going to see. And again, I'd love to go to more to this part of the world to see the smaller destinations, and this is one that I'd really like to try.
Yeah, there's plenty to do on this trip, and don't forget that we've got some great inclusives. $100 of on-board spend is included, complimentary drinks on here as well. Come on, let's go through the itinerary and see exactly where we get to visit.
So you're gonna embark the ship, obviously, in Ho Chi Minh anyway, and then from there we're going on to smaller destinations. So we start off at places like Kai Bi. I've probably said that wrong, so that's my pronunciation.
I can't help you.
And with this one, again, there'll be excursions with this one. So they've got the trips over the local boat rides to the floating markets. You also go to the kite historical houses, but you'll get to interact with the locals on a more one-to-one basis on here. From there, we go on to a place called Sac Deck. Again, I've probably pronounced that one. And again, they've got more of these local boat rides that will take you along the Mekong, smaller tributaries to get down into the flower fields. You've got the local temples and the markets there. So you can see this is the sort of cruise that you're going to be doing here, not your big ports of call, which is what a lot of people like.
Yeah.
Then we go into Tan Chau, which is the next destination that we go into. And here you get a chance to either go on one of the rickshaw rides to the local craftsmen's workshops, or you can take another boat ride along there. You've got some of the temples to go and see, the nature reserve, and again, all the time you're going across through the Mekong Delta. This will actually take you on a border crossing from Vietnam into Cambodia, and you'll get to see the rice fields, you'll get to see the locals working there. And as I said, this is really an experience to go from. Then we go into Phnom Penh. Now we're going to have an overnight in here in Cambodia. So you get a chance to go, not everyone's favourite place I can obviously say, but go to the Killing Fields, which I think if you've seen films, you've seen the history, it's definitely worth going. Yeah. You've got the Independence Monument, and again you've got the National Museum. So if you want to learn about the modern history of this part of the world, quite a gruesome time obviously, I really recommend doing that, going out to this part. And it's very, very sombering to go and see, but very interesting at the same time. Then, as I said, we've got 2 days there, so you've got an overnight there, you've got some free time while you're there. We can also go down into the central market to do a bit of bartering and haggling, and then on to Ko Chen. And again, they take you to some of the local tradesmen, the silversmiths in the village. You'll get to meet more of the locals. From there on to Udong, and you'll go to the Buddhist monastery, which is something to behold as well. Make sure you've got your cameras and video cameras to take some beautiful pictures of the old capital city here in Cambodia. And again, you've got the sunsets throughout your whole journey across the Mekong. And then once we've done that, back into, I think, Kampong, and that's where you have a chance to do the ox cart ride. You've got a motorboat ride there as well, also to the lake side, to the wetlands there. But again, I keep saying it is going to be an experience if you want to see this part of the world on a smaller vessel, deluxe vessel, beautiful cuisine. Every night you come back, you'll be on this vessel. This is a really nice opportunity.
Yeah, I think it's a great way to submerge yourself in that culture and really get to understand what it's all about.
And then, as I said, we've got Kompong Chan there. You've got, again, areas to go and see, the temples, various places to go and see. The whole time there's small destinations to go and see there, and that's where you're going to finish the tour, and then from home from there.
Come on, don't miss out on this opportunity. Write down the ID number if you're thinking, oh, I'd love to do this. Write down the ID number, 154864.
Now again, this is the vessel that you're going to be going on, and you see some of these vessels around this part of the world, and you think, oh, I don't know if I want to jump on one of those. That's what it's like on board.
Gorgeous.
That's what it's like on board.
Well,
okay?
I mean, if you didn't tell me, I wouldn't know if that was a giant cruise ship on it.
No, so you've got the restaurants on there, chef's table, and again, you haven't got to fight for a table on there. These are the standard staterooms. These are the rooms that you're getting, okay? These are the rooms that you're getting there. And imagine sitting back there like a typical river cruise. You've got the windows there just to watch the world go by. Yeah. You've got the pool on there.
Awesome.
What better time to do this?
And as sunset. I said,
you know, I think, for me personally, if I had to choose between a river cruise and an ocean cruise, if I went on this part of the world, that's what I'd probably do, is go on one of these. Price is going to be a little bit more, but you're paying for what you get.
Come on, let's take a moment to go through what's included. So again, you understand why you should go through Planet Cruises. Dates here from 2018 and 2019, deposit only at this point. Complimentary drinks during the cruise. You've got $100 per cabin onboard credit. Overnight on board in Phnom Penh, and of course you've got 2 nights stay in Ho Chi Minh as well. Return flights are included as well, and you can pick other airports at no additional supplement. Again, call the team, they're waiting for your call right now. Let's go through some of the prices. So you can see you've got twin balcony suites, luxury suites and singles as well, and plenty of dates to choose from.
The main thing as well, but normally on the river cruises they start at like the little river views and stuff like that. This is giving you a twin balcony, so you're going to get phenomenal views when you're there. And again, this is a great time to go and see it. And you know, if people want to see this part of the world, I don't see there's a better opportunity to go and see it.
I've actually been told there is another AMA deal that's just come in recently, so let's share that with you right now. Just came in shortly, so if you think, oh, I might go on this sort of thing, this is the Rhine.
This is the Rhine, and again, very, very popular. John Trudeau, I never know how to say his name, I do apologise. Obviously from MasterChef, he's actually going on one of the vessels. He's going to be doing cookery demonstrations on there, and they'll also be doing question and answer sessions. Brilliant. This is flying into Basel in Switzerland, then you go down into places like Strasbourg, along the Rhine Gorge, down into Koblenz, Cologne, Amsterdam, overnight on board there as well. Now the prices are reasonably high, but that's the product that we're selling here. Yeah. So you've got the river views there at $19.59 and the French balconies at $24.59. But again, look at those prices, and what I would also say is look at what they're charging for that Mekong deal. Now the last thing we need to mention as well with this one in the Mekong, we've been told today that the flights are obviously included in that, but they're doing it almost like a free supplement at the moment.
Oh, wow.
The 31st of August, those flights will then be at an added cost, and that's going to take the prices up. So that's why we're saying if you're looking at this Mekong one, 31st of August, get it booked.
Come on, call now. Just call the team. There's no obligation. Call the team. 0808 250 2662 or go to the website planetcruise.co.uk. Now, I did promise you that we'd do a recap at the end. We've got around 3 minutes to get through these 6 cruises, so let's take the opportunity to get started right now. Our very first one was 7 nights with P&O. Now, on this particular one, you can see brilliant itinerary. Free upgrade from an inside cabin to an outside cabin. So if you're wondering why go with Planet Cruise, there's a great reason. On that particular one, we're talking £85 per person per night. Brilliant value for money. Your meals, snacks and entertainment are all included. ID number is 124848. Then we went Royal Caribbean.
Then we've gone to Navigator, so my home on Friday. So this one, again, it's a 10-day cruise. This is going out next year, so it's only deposit at the moment. 145323 is the ID. You're getting free Wi package and free parking. $75 onboard credit for balconies and above. Family of 4 price is starting at $25.59. And of course, that's all your meals, snacks and entertainment. That's on the 26th of October next year.
Write down these item numbers. Let's move on to the next one. It's NCL. It's a 9-night around Scandinavia. This is a brilliant opportunity, and of course up into Russia. So brilliant value for money. ID number on this one is 112451. Don't miss out on it. Have got other dates available for you as well for the next year, because this one is this year. So if you are thinking, oh, I'd love to do that 2018, you've got the Baltic Summer and the Norwegian Getaway as well. If you book this one, you'll get the premium all-inclusive drinks package. That's included, and that would include service charges and gratuities, so you really haven't got to spend any other money. That's the beauty of it. If you wanted to, you can have 2 nights as well in a 4-star hotel in Copenhagen from $249 per person per night. So well, that's for the 2 nights rather. So brilliant opportunity there. Don't miss out.
Then we go on to Celebrity. We're on the Solstice on this one. This is doing Alaska. This is going on the 9th of May. 10-night Vancouver stay. 2 nights there, but we did say extend it if you need to. Free unlimited drinks on Ocean View and above. 2 nights stay in Vancouver, but take it to 3 and extend in Seattle at the end. And if you want to really treat yourself, you've got the Rocky Mountaineer train tour. Speak to the guys in the office.
That's really worth considering. But of course, we've got 2 more to squeeze in. Your ID number for this next one, this is the Caribbean. If you fancy the Caribbean, if you think, oh, I got to do this, 152691 is your item number. It is a brilliant opportunity. It's a 6-star cruise, only 930 passengers on board the Viking Sea. Planet Cruise exclusive, because they're going to include a free Kindle, an ebook reader, which is just brilliant. You get the free Silver Spirits drinks package. 9 guided tours are included. You get to overnight in the San Juan, so you can get on and off the ship anytime you like. You can go out party if you want to, go to the casinos if you want to. It's such a brilliant opportunity. And of course, you've got your return flights included on that deal as well. 152691 is your item number.
Okay, and the final one, he's got the Ama. That's that one on the Mekong. This is going to be a beautiful 11-night Charms of the Mekong. 154864. 19.99. You've got complimentary drinks, $100 on board credit, overnights in Phnom Penh, 2 nights stay in Ho Chi Minh, and return flights with no supplements around the country.
I've been told we've got time to squeeze in those 2 cheeky last-minute deals. Let's do that right now. 7 nights, France and Spain. Your item number for that is 113897. A family of 4 can go for less than £2,000. That includes free Wi-Fi package and free port parking, which is about 97 quid on its own.
And then you've got that quick one going on the 20th of October. That's your transatlantic 15-night Madeira. That's 117501, and that's 929 per person.
We did it.
We did it. I don't know how we did it.
I don't know how you did it. Because the terrible thing is, you know, both having worked on cruise ships, you know some of the ports, you think, oh, I want to tell you more and more and more about it. We just don't have the time. Hey, Glenn, a pleasure.
I'll be back in the office in the morning.
Great stuff. Hey, thanks for your company. Don't forget the team are waiting for your call. Feel free to call them right now or go to the website planetcruise.co.uk.